It's been a month since the My Forex Fund freeze, and you may be wondering what the developments have been in this month, what happened, how other props have reacted, and most importantly, which props I can trust today and which props are the most at risk. Well, something curious happened in the world of prop trading this month, and in this video you will find out exactly that. Straight from backstage at Forex Expo Dubai, where we were in close contact with the CEOs of the major prop firms and also with the world's most successful traders who made the biggest payouts. Subscribe to the channel and get access to this extremely important video now. Let's get going. Here we go. What's going on in the world of prop trading? Well, a month ago overnight, my Forex fund was shut down immediately by the US Futures Commission, then the US Regulated Markets Authority, which immediately shut down my Forex fund, accusing it of fraud and setting a hearing for September 11th. Well, this hearing then has been postponed. Date to be determined has not yet been held. So my Forex fund has posted this announcement on their website saying that they cannot yet proceed with refunding fees or any payouts to traders until there is a final hearing, because they have defended themselves against the charges through a series of evidence and airing concerning precisely the ongoing dispute. So my Forex fund is not refunding, and there is nothing final yet as far as the prop regulation is concerned. The question now is, how are the other prop firms, the other leaders in the prop trading industry doing? Recall that my Forex fund was one of the top 3 players in the industry, billing $300 million within about 2 years. Another major player we are going to look at now is TheFundedTrader. TheFundedTrader is a company that is moving around 100 million in revenues or so, and we see the 2 strata by which the different props are moving. For example, TheFundedTrader, how they are trying to frame themselves, protect themselves, and try to make their business model as legit as possible. We see that in the restricted area there are PDF announcements published by the CEO of TheFundedTrader, among which the CEO did a press conference the other night where we attended and participated, and we will find out together shortly. TheFundedTrader asserts that they take all traders into demo accounts. All traders are trading on simulated accounts, so they as such do not need to be a broker or a financial institution, and that is why they are not registered with any regulatory body in the United States. What happens then? That all traders are trading on a demo environment, on a simulated environment, and also when they tap into the funded account, that funded account, attention, is a demo account with a live environment. That means it replicates the slippages, the delays of orders, then the delays of market orders, and everything that can happen on a live account that goes to market is exactly replicated, simulated, though on a demo account. That is why TheFundedTrader tells the legislation that we do not need to be a regulated broker, precisely because all traders trade. In virtual environments and not with real money, and says that all compliance and risk processes are absolutely aligned and compliant. Let's go and look at the lecture given the other night of the rate of a good 1 hour and 43 by CEO Angelo Ciaramello, the CEO of TheFundedTrader, who is of safe and undoubted Italian descent, but nonetheless born in America, and at the age of only 24 years old, is at the head of this $1 million organization. What did Angelo say in this press conference? Answered questions from investors, from the press and clients, and let's go and isolate important parts where he first emphasizes how traders trade in the demo environment. Second very important point, if we go to see at around minute 18, he says a very important point here. He says that the payouts of traders are paid as data providers. So this line held TheFundedTrader does not say that precisely traders have profit performance, but they get paid because they provide market data or market signals. Other very important issue, let's go and see at minute 18:37. He says he states together with the TheFundedTrader group, he has a holding company in the Caymans, which is a company that can trade. So like an offshore broker, an offshore company that actually sends orders to the market, but proprietary capital. So from what he states, he takes the winning signals in quotes from some traders who are trading on virtual accounts. He doesn't send those orders to market, but the traders stay to work on virtual accounts, and instead he decides only some trades to send to market with instead another company that is offshore with its own capital, so not with the capital of the traders, where he decides just to maybe parcel out the positions, use only some positions, and have risk management of this type. So he says that in the Caymans they have this company called RP Holding that can use leverage and can use market access precisely because it is an offshore broker and it does not invest third-party capital but invest only its own capital. So he says of the deposits involving this ARC holding, and justifies in this way the business model of TheFundedTrader through the use of virtual accounts. Another very important topic is payments, payment systems, in this case Deal. Deal is the platform that almost all props use to payouts. Deal is very convenient because it was doing the reporting, even the contracts, so it was drawing up contracts between the end customer, then the trader and the prop, and it was also acting as a fiscal intermediary, so it was allowing transactions worldwide in a very smooth and facilitated way. What happened? That after the departure of my Forex fund, Deal was involved as a party and therefore immediately ceased relations with all the props. Deal also is under investigation because it may have facilitated the cash out payments of my Forex fund clients. This caused by Deal, and many props found themselves therefore decompensated in difficulty because they could not issue payouts anymore with Deal. So momentarily some issued payouts only in crypto, and Angelo in this press conference also explains about the payment services issues and how they are reorganizing in as compliant a way as possible. What are the outflows? Because being a company that bills hundreds of millions of dollars, they have to have regulated and standardized processes for all, and not so they can't do random payouts in crypto, but they have to have a well-broken process that works. So they are doing an analysis on all the various payment providers in a question about that. And he says that precisely they are organizing themselves to be in line with all the regulations. So this, as far as the funded trader is concerned, are the main news. Let's see another instead, main industry exponent, how they are doing. This exponent is TrueForex Fund. What happened to TrueForex Fund? Not everyone knows that it was put on the CFTC RED list. So of the same authority that shut down my Forex fund. Not everyone knows that TrueForex Fund is on the list of fleeced companies under observation that potentially could have committed irregularities. So when a company is put on the red list, it is a red flag, and the authority could start to do some checks and inspections to the company. But we see that the date of inclusion in the red list is not from a few days ago, but it's from June. It's from the 12th of June, and so far no decisions have been made. Let's see TrueForex Fund, what line it's taking and what it's going to tell us on its own site. Here's an important box that if we go to open it, it tells us TrueForex Fund is safe. It's a safe company to work with, to trade with, and it goes to describe to us the dilemma of my Forex fund that has raised inside the customers this doubt of precisely the reliability of TrueForex Fund. But it also tells us that they have received this lookup from the US authority. So the red flag that we've seen now, and it says that because they don't have the US legislation, they're not based in the US, there is no problem with the operations of the company. So they are saying that although they received in the second quarter, so in June, this red flag, in these months they have been inspected and there was no problem found. This is to be seen, because at the moment there still exists the red flag that has not been removed on the site of the authority. So what TrueForex Fund says is also not this final model and approach is having, as opposed to what he has done is communication, and maybe he has filed his business model to try to be as legit as possible. TrueForex Fund has not made any changes on the site. He continues to issue these types of communications. Never depend on small capital. We trust you. We make you funded. We fund you up to $400,000. So it has not changed its line of communication, and it continues to say that it funds traders by letting the message go through as my Forex Fund did, that traders actually receive these real quote-unquote funds with which they can trade, they can go to market, and they can earn profit that comes from these kinds of funds. So TrueForex Fund like ftmo, which is one of the leading ones in the industry, like other leading props like, for example, Fiddlecrest, which has been around for a long time, and other props have not changed their line, whereas props like TheFundedTrader and others like, for example, the Trading Pit, announce and communicate that all traders will trade on Conti Demo instead. These others continue to say that traders will trade because they are actually funded. These are the two lines of communication and action that prop firms are positioning themselves on today. Let's go and look at another key issue of props, which is that of geolocation of the company. So where is the registered office of the company, the establishment of the company? Companies like TheFundedTrader, as was my Forex Fund, and other US companies are headquartered in the US and thus are even more sensitive to US regulation. Companies, on the other hand, like ftmo and like TrueForex Fund, are headquartered in Europe. For example, ftmo is headquartered in Prague in the Czech Republic, and TrueForex Fund is headquartered in Budapest in Hungary. So despite not falling under US taxation, however working all over the world, they also intercept US clients. And this might be a bit borderline as far as regulation is concerned. So big differences are if the prop is based in the US which is notoriously very strict on regulations, there is a difference if the prop is based in Europe and therefore is subject to MiFID II regulation, which is still very strict in terms of investor protection, or the prop that decide to have offshore jurisdictions. So for example, in the Caymans, British Isles, or Hong Kong, or for example of the States, even the United Arab Emirates, in this case they have more, let's say, flexibility at the legal level because they don't have specific regulations in the country where they go to open the prop. But that doesn't mean they can commit malfeasance. That doesn't mean they can do fraud, because they still work with target clients that they decide around the world. So then they can decide to target clients in the United States as well, or they can decide not to target them, but that still doesn't put them in a position to be able to do fraud. Let's go and look at the main props where they are located. We see that Defender Pro is in Malta, FTMO, as we mentioned earlier, in Prague, Top Tier in Delaware, Fibers is in London, my Forex Fund is in Toronto and the United States. Surge Trader is in the United States. Osprey FX is at St. Vincent Island and Gradenites, so totally offshore. Fundnex has several locations including UAE, US, UK and Bangladesh. E8 is in both Texas and the Czech Republic. City Traders Imperium is in London. Fidelcrest is in Cyprus and Estonia. Lux Trading is in London and Bratislava. The Trading Pit is in Liechtenstein. Ment Founding in Texas, Alpha Capital in London, Voitrade in Singapore. The Funded Trader is in Texas, FundNed Trading Plus is in London. Australia Super Fund I Blue Guardian is in the UK, FundNed Academy is in Australia. The Smart Prop Trader is in Texas, Bespoke Fundy is in London. The Got FundNed Trader is in the Canary Islands. FT UK is in London. Nation Trading is in the US. Audacity, which is another historical one, is in TrueForex Fund, is in Hungary, as we saw earlier. Level Up Society is in America. My Funded FX is in America. Alpha Chain is in London. Tor FX is in St. Vincent and Phenotiv Funding is in Budapest. So as we see, the scenario globally is divided between companies that are in America and especially in Texas, companies that are in Australia, companies that are in Europe and especially in Hungary or Czech Republic, where there are the leaders. And also in London there are several, and then many are also in Cyprus or Estonia. So these are the main hubs of prop firms. This one that will give you all the information and the details so that you know what are the pitfalls to avoid on prop firms, which ones are the most reliable ones, the various features based on your trading style. So the challenges or the Eastern funding, which is going now a lot, but which one is worth more, which one is worth less. Sign up to download the guide now and see you in the next videos with more details, updates on the world of prop firms.